5 Signs That Shows You Be a Great Prophet is the title of this one, and it's another powerful edition of the Prophetic series. I'm going to be exposing you to secrets about you that you may not have known, that are clear pointers to the fact that you've been called not only to be a prophet or a prophetic person, but as well to be a great prophet, particularly when you are in the prophetic office or called to be assigned a prophetic office. So stick with me through the 5 points or signs that we'll be looking at right here. The prophet, a messenger of God. Why does God appoint prophets? Because he wants to speak to the people. God is still speaking even today, as much as he spoke back then in Bible time. So is God interested in making you a prophet? Perhaps that's why you clicked this video even. And can God call somebody to become a prophet and the person is not aware? It's true, it's possible. There are times people have received a prophetic call that they are not aware of it. They have not been able to figure it out whether they've been called. Maybe when I talk about these 5 signs, you may know that you've been called to be a prophet, but you've not. You come to understand that you've been called to be a prophet, but you didn't or never had known this. So let's go or jump into our teaching now proper. In case you're new on my platform, subscribe right away to this channel. Like this video, share to bless somebody. Tell me in the comment section how my teaching has affected you. The first sign is you see unearthly visions. What I mean by unearthly visions is that not all prophets or prophetic people are meant to see some depths or see into some depths in the prophetic realm. You see, the prophetic realm is a heavenly realm. Call it a spirit realm. There are depths into which we can progress or access as prophets. Not everybody who can use the computer or use the internet can accept all the depths that, or some intricate depths in the internet. So it will matter who you are coming to interface with the internet. It will matter the device you're using to interact with the internet as well, internet world as well, to have you dig deep or coming deep or carried or picking deep into the internet world. That's how the prophetic is also, for people to begin to see unearthly visions deeply, like John the Beloved had in the book of Revelation, like Daniel had in his book, like Ezekiel had in his book, the vision of the four being that had 4 faces of eagle, man, ox, and a lion. And then the kind of vision that Isaiah had, particularly in chapter 6, for people to have this kind of visions, it shows that this person is going to be a great prophet. That's a sign. So if you've been having this kind of unearthly visions, it's a clear sign that you're meant to be a great prophet. Don't undermine your current yourself because of your current estate. Let's look at sign number 2 that you'll be a great prophet. And this one is you are born through a strange story. This is what I mean. Let's look at the birth of Samuel, a great prophet. Once upon a time, a great prophet in the Bible. You see that the mother of Samuel had been coming to Shiloh all this while. Elkanah, the father, had been coming to Shiloh all this while. They come in year out. And they've been praying to God. They've been asking God to give them a miracle child through the womb of Hannah, but it didn't happen until the time when Hannah had a vow. If you will give me a male child, I will give him back to you. And then he will serve you all the days of his life. I will lend him back to you. Can you see? What a strange pledge or vow. I will lend him to you. I will kind of sow him to you as a seed. I'll give him back to you as an offering. Much like God saying to Abraham, bring me Isaac. This one you have not yet conceived, you have not given birth, but you will give him back to God. Like you'll not have a child again at all, even after having a child. Something like that. So it's a strange pledge, and it's going to be difficult to have that kind of child given back to God, and that God will not make the most use of that child. So certainly this one is going to be a prophet, and this one is going to be a prophet of class in terms of the usefulness of this prophet in the program of God in his generation. So it's a strange birthing process, right? Then you talk about those ones that God will send specific angels to talk to people or their parent about their birth, by Jesus' own case, when the angel of the Lord came to say, this is. And then like Samson, when the angel of the Lord came to say, this is what is going to happen. Like John the Baptizer, when the angel of the Lord came to Zachariah and Elizabeth, and you're going to have a child, and so on. So will be the manner of the child. This is it about the sign of you are born through a strange story. When the story of how you came to this world is told, it's going to be strange. When you look at any great prophet, even today, go close to them, find out how they were born. Get the story surrounding their birth. You discover that the story is going to be a strange one. It's difficult to find a great prophet without a strange story surrounding the issue of their birth. Number 3 is you receive great attacks. One of the marks of a great prophet in the making is the weight of the attacks these prophets receive. Sometimes these attacks come from outsiders. These attacks sometimes come from their marriage. These attacks sometimes come from their siblings or relatives or close associates. So you look at the Bible, you think about the greatest prophets you had. Let's pick the Lord Jesus, supposing he was a human being, because he was born by a woman. Think about the brothers. In John chapter 7, from verse 1, the brothers were already mocking him. Somebody who has this kind of grace that you have, who does this kind of miracles you do, doesn't stay at home, go out. If it's the Bible says that they were saying these things, not because they celebrated their brother, they were saying this to cajole him, push him to go to that feast so that he will be killed, because they knew that the Jews or Judeans were planning to kill him. So they wanted him to go out there and die. Can you see? From his own house. Jesus said that a prophet is not without honor, but except in his own house and among his household. Can you see that? So it's difficult for you to be a prophet, because one of the things that you are going to face is that your house, the people of your house are not even going to recognize the God you carry, or the God that is seated on you, sitting upon you. They're not going to recognize you, treat you for, that is, with regard or respect to, given regard to or respect to your personality. Outsiders will do. Now, let's leave that and talk about raw attacks, death attacks, death threats like Jeremiah had. So, long before some time you are aware that you are a great prophet, in the making of a great prophet already, you start receiving these attacks. Now, if you are a Jeremiah that is not aware that you are a great prophet, I just told you, see what Jeremiah went through. These are marks of a great prophet. You are already passing through some hell, a kind of hell, a hell kind of life. Everything have been teared apart by the enemy, right in your presence. I mean, things pulling apart, things falling apart, right before your eyes. And you are a prophetic person. Trust me, you are a great prophet. Material. Only that you are not yet aware. Brace up. Call on the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Trust in Elohim. It will take you to that desired destination. There's a program for you. Sign number 4 is you see visions of great nations. You see, not everybody will in today's world have clear visions about America, China, Russia. You see, like France and all these other nations, how do you call them, Germany, UK, and the likes. Not all prophets will begin to see visions of the Vatican City. These are reserved for prophets in a class, great prophets. And you watching me perhaps is one of these prophets or prophetess. I just told you. When you begin to see visions of great nations, whatever you see in those visions, in the beginning, it doesn't matter. In the future, or along the line, you're going to be seeing clearer visions, greater visions about these great nations. But for the fact that you're beginning to have an encounter of great prophets, great nations, it's a clear pointer to the fact that you are indication, not a pointer, that you are a great prophet material. If you already have the prophetic seed in you, that somebody asks. But in the Bible, see Daniel with his visions of great nations. Can you see that? You see Daniel with his attack. I talked about you receive great attacks. You see Daniel, long before he even identified himself as a prophet, he had been taken to exile. Who would like to be taken to exile? Chained. A prophet, chained, taken to exile. Think about it. That's it about great attacks of a prophet. Like Jeremiah, where we saw that they will be tied and thrown into dungeon, into cistern, into toilet, and closed up and left in the dungeon there. That was Jeremiah's great attacks. Then I just told you about great nations. See Daniel's visions of great nations. Long before you start performing or showing up or featuring in the office of a prophet proper, there are questions where you begin to see visions of great nations like Daniel was having in Bible time. Finally, you see visions of great people. When you start seeing visions of your president, visions of president of other countries, other nations, visions of great events around them, visions of things they're going to do or likely to happen to them, this is a clear sign you are a great prophet. Now, the greatness have to manifest. You get me? So that the world will know. The Bible says the whole world, Romans chapter 8 and verse 19, is eagerly waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. And you are one of these sons and daughters of Abraham, daughters of God, that is about to manifest, son of God, that is about to manifest. The world is waiting. You are great prophet material. That's why you're seeing visions of this great. It doesn't matter whether they sat with you, ate with you, told you some secrets or not. The fact that you keep seeing, having visions of great people is a sure pointer to the fact that you too are in the first place a great person. That's why you are seeing them. And if you are a great person and you are a prophet, then you're a great prophet. Put me wrong. Of course you can't. All right. The fact that you have all these signs of a great prophet also shows that God is going to give you the unction and give you all the necessary spiritual activations, preparations, qualifications. He qualifies those he calls. Are you getting me? Now to operate in the capacity of a great prophet, because that's a capacity he's calling you to. So when it comes to seeing visions with clarity, when it comes to prophesying with accuracy, when it comes to prophesying at forensic level, you see yourself doing these things with ease, sweatlessly, because this is your theme. But recognition first. Identify, recognize what you're called to do, isolate your identity, and then activate your identity, yourself for it, and then jump into the shoes of the prophets of old. And standing upon their shoes, begin to dispose your assignment with powerful utterance. And that way, your work will begin to show. Don't shy away. Don't be discouraged by the attacks. Don't be discouraged by the present picture. If these other pictures that I showed you are already in place, then nothing negative you're seeing around you bear any resemblance with where you are going to. You are bigger than your attacks. Congratulations. You want to take your prophetic work to a deeper depth. Sign up with me for mentorship. Very short course that opens you up to begin to prophesy like you have never done before at forensic level. My certificate course in forensic prophecy with Shiloh School of Seers. Pick up the WhatsApp contact here on the screen or in the comment section here on YouTube, pinned by the Apostle Raymond Idah Ministries. You see the WhatsApp contact there and chat up the Apostle Raymond Idah Ministries, and will guide you on how to sign up for the certificate course in forensic course. If you want to do global prophecies like global business, I have also put up a course called Micro Forensic Course, where I teach you how to do global predictions with accuracy, and then standard prophetic meditation for prophets and seers. We have several other courses. When you contact us, we'll expose you to them. God bless you. Receive the power to do the unusual in the prophetic faculty. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. See you in Shiloh School of Seers.